Guys, so sorry that I haven't been making many videos. It's been quite a hectic, actually months to be honest. I hope I get to share a couple of the details at some point that we did. Really a lot of it has to do with insane customer growth. We've had weeks, actually we had days, where on a single day we grew more than in months in 2021. I think in a single week we grew more than in all of 2019. Absolutely crazy, and I mean it's fantastic to kind of see this at our company. If you haven't been using Cake DeFi, then what are you waiting for? Cash flow on your crypto. We have some of the most competitive rates on Bitcoin, Ethereum, stablecoins, DeFi chain, Dash, even Doge-like coins. So yeah, and in Q2 we want to list a couple of more coins, so this may be quite interesting for you. But this is not the topic of the video. As the title suggests, topic of the video is where's the market heading? Is Arthur Hayes right? I don't know if you've seen that blog post he made, Bitcoin tanking to 30,000. Obviously, then you have a lot of the blockchain analytics, the technical analysis, who are all like super full of hopium. Obviously, the Bitcoin maximalists, they're like super hyped. And obviously, the truth is somewhere in the middle, right? If I look at the entire situation at the moment, I don't think we have seen much unexpected over the past 5 months. Sure, we have seen the Ukraine conflict. I don't think people could have predicted that, but how the market reacted was then quite expected. We see the Fed saying, hey, we're going to raise interest rates. They actually have been doing so. We're going to have the May meeting coming up next month. I'm expecting 0.5%, maybe even 0.75% of an increase of a rate hike. And then the June meeting, I'm expecting actually something very similar. So with all these things, I would be very surprised if we see a market rally in crypto, and the simple reason for that just has to do with that probably 99% of all the dollars in crypto, be it Bitcoin, Ethereum, DeFi chain, or whatever, is probably just around speculation and less around its actual use case. For Bitcoin, this means being something digital, censorship resistant. I don't know how many people in North America, in Europe, in Asia really worry about this. Of course, you have countries, right? You have the stories of Ukraine, in Russia, Venezuela, Syria, and so on, where these are relevant stories. But this is a tiny fraction of dollars in comparison to the big money. And all of this basically is just driven. There's just some birds on the ground there. I didn't want to run them over, and they felt a bit slow. And all of this, right, kind of highlights what the direction here is. Bitcoin, Ethereum is this decentralized ecosystem, this decentralized computer, but how many people actually use that computer versus how many people just use it to speculate? And I really do believe most, if not 99.9%, use it to speculate. DeFi chain. DeFi chain's use case has risen dramatically. If you look at the decentralized assets on there, the D tokens like D Tesla, D Apple, every kind of couple of weeks, more tokens being added. You have decentralized exchange. You have a lot of access to all these assets. I mean, it's been dramatically increasing, and that's why you see that, for example, DeFi chain is up 50% in dollars year to date when most cryptos are negative. Why DeFi chain is up, I think, almost 100% against Bitcoin year to date, right? And so a lot of these reasons have to do with the strong utility. But still, the majority of money, let's be real here, also in DeFi chain, is mostly around speculation. And this has to grow into a strong use case over time. And I'm sure it will, but just to understand why kind of having a risk-off scenario that we have at the moment is a bit more bearish for prices. I just want to be very clear there. On the other hand, though, so I wouldn't be expecting major kind of price jumps up. We see this all the time. We see it up to 45, 46, 47, and then we see the sell-off right afterwards. But I also don't really see much to the downside. What's supposed to happen here that we can predict, right? I'm not talking about what's expected, so that the prices really tank. I'm not sure. Personally don't see anything else other than a black swan event. Obviously, the key question that I want to kind of point out here is that doesn't mean that I wouldn't be like super sure the prices wouldn't be like dipping or pumping. And that brings me to an essential kind of statement here. In times like these, it's really, really dangerous if you go and make strong bets on any kind of outcome. The bets that you want to be making is all around the question how not to be wrong. And I think this is a great time at the moment to make bets around this. So if you're asking yourself, should I be investing in DeFi chain? Well, investing in DeFi chain, how would this allow you not to be wrong? Well, it would allow you not to be wrong by getting really strong cash flow, by getting exposure to other assets, by diversifying, by liquidity mining, by staking, and that is a very strong kind of case. The same is with Bitcoin, the same with Ethereum. You have this, I mean, look at Terra Luna. I still am very, very skeptical how sustainable Terra Luna is and all their kind of UST purchasing into Bitcoin. All of this to me is very, very dubious, and I'm just very, very skeptical of how sustainable it is. Fingers crossed it is, because I think it really would have a dip in the market. But at the end, it just kind of highlights why the Terra price or the Luna price has been rallying so much. So it's all about this utility. And then it's all about this diversification. If you look back in history in like when people talked about, oh, we're going to see a recession, and everyone is talking about this. Goldman has been talking about this. Merrill is coming out. Deutsche Bank. All of them talking about this recession. And then people all panic and say, oh, in the next 3 months, we're going to see a recession. Fact of the nature, though, is that it's mostly going to happen over time. It's going to happen over the next 2 to 3 years. The statistics, the data on this is really, really strong. So just be really cautious if now, for example, you bet on a recession, you buy all put options, you go all into gold, you go all into cash, and then suddenly you're going to see market rally. What could make the market rally? Well, a lot of people expecting it to crash. The midterm elections, November 8th, is very, very generally strong kind of idea for the markets. And then suddenly you're caught on the wrong foot. You're all like positioned bearish, and then suddenly you see the market running away, you're panicking, and then you're gonna get into the market right at the top, right? So you really time kind of buying the top and like selling at the bottom. So be extra cautious when it comes to that. So my kind of like theme of investing at the moment is all about not being wrong. It's all about diversifying. And the key thing, it's all about cash flow. You look at any strong investor at the moment, you look at any good investment, all the fantastic investments over the past, 6 months have been cash flowing stocks. That doesn't mean paying dividends, it just means that they're cash flow positive and not those Wall Street bets meme kind of stocks. All the super solid stocks. I shifted the majority of my stock portfolio end of last year into those super boring, super stable stocks. And my portfolio is up since then, right? When most of those meme stocks tanked, my stock portfolio is up. The same with crypto. You want to be in cryptos with strong utility. You want to be in cryptos that provide cash flow. It's always the same thing. And obviously, I'm not saying this, I just want to be clear here. I'm not saying this because I'm the CEO of Cake DeFi, where we provide you cash flow on your crypto. I'm saying this because I, from the bottom of my heart, invest this way at the moment. And since I'm scratching my own itch, and it makes a lot of sense, obviously, I'm gonna share that word. And I think it's kind of the approach that you should be taking as well. So I hope that kind of gives you a bit of a sense. Don't panic just because prices go down 5%. Don't FOMO just because prices go up 5%. Expect a sidewards movement. Position yourself not to be wrong. And then I think you're going to have a very, very strong positioning. At the moment, it's really all about kind of keeping purchasing power versus inflation. It's all about mainly deriving your kind of income from cash flow, not so much from these capital gains. And with that, you're gonna have a very strong foothold. You're gonna see prices gonna at some point start rallying again when the market becomes confident. And that's when you wanna have all this dry powder diversified, and then you can start making these really concentrated bets. So that is a bit of my strategy here. If you appreciate that, then please subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna try to make more and more videos again. Obviously, give me a thumbs up on this, share this video, and look, if you are invested into any of the great coins, let me know the coins below. I'll take a look. I'm always looking to diversify. I'm also looking to add coins to our platform at Cake DeFi. And yeah, if you're not getting cash for there already, then sign up. We have a really nice sign up bonus there, and yeah, get cash from your crypto. With that, cheers. Stay safe. All the best. Julian.